Today we're at my house shooting again for my upcoming cookbook called Maximum Flavor at Home. This is maximum flavor and minimal BS. So this is basically super delicious recipes that you don't have to spend all day cooking or all day cleaning, and you have more room and more time for a good time, right? Here we have a New York strip. This is the next recipe that we're working on right now. I got a pan working back here getting nice and hot. When I work with New York strips, I like to work with a nice 1 inch to 1.5 inch cut. It just highlights what's great about a New York strip. When you make them too thin, you don't get enough room for that fat to work and for you to really get those robust flavors working through a really nice char. So we're gonna hit it with some kosher salt, important in using a nice coarse kosher salt and getting that really wonderful crust, okay? Then we're gonna hit it with some freshly ground black pepper, and we're gonna use our fingertips to kind of press that into it, flip it over, and we're gonna treat it the same way on the other side. It's important also to let your meat, whichever cut you're working with, your meat rest at room temperature for about 30 minutes before you work with it. So what happens with steaks is the same thing that happens to people. Imagine you're in somewhere really cold or like an ice bath, you're gonna get rigid and you're gonna get stiff because you're cold. So that's what happens to steaks. They kind of crunch up like that, and the end product ends up being tougher than it has to be. But when you let it rest at room temperature, you're gonna let it relax, you're gonna let it kind of loosen up, so your finished product will be that much more tender. So again, it's gonna sit here now for probably another 2 to 3 minutes in the seasoning. I like to press the sides as well. Okay. So you get a neutral oil working in the back to a medium-high heat. And these steaks get finished in the oven. So that's called like the French style of cooking. So we create a crust and then we finish to your desired temp in an oven. And that makes for like equal distribution of heat as it circulates. And I think that it really makes for the best kind of steak possible. Okay, so we're gonna go to our pan now. Let's make sure we get the oil. Here we go. And we're gonna let that work without moving for 5 to 7 minutes or so. We wanna make sure that the fats start to release, and when they work with that salt and the pepper, it makes for that beautiful crust. Okay, so I'm gonna put the salt and pepper to the side. Now this one. Yep.
So when you're chopping on the thing, center, put it towards the center of the...
Chopping center over here.
So like right now, you were chopping on the, or like you were seasoning on the bottom right. You get me? So like put it more towards the center and up top, right there. That's the center.
Got it. Got it, got it, got it. Got it. Right, so I'm going to chop up a little bit of scallion here for my bacon and scallion relish that's going to go on top of the New York strip. So I work with a lot of relishes because I feel like relishes are like the cooler cousin to sauces. Sauces, they do the same thing. They enhance whatever protein you're working with, but relishes are a lot more fun, in my opinion, because they add texture. There's a lot more complexity to it. It's just a lot more fun, especially when you're entertaining, your guests come over, and yeah, sauces are cool, but you can have a sauce and a relish. So what's gonna go down in this cookbook is, for example, I have a New York strip, which is what we're working on right now. And instead of just serving, like if we're in a restaurant, we're gonna serve that whole steak on a plate for one person or so. When you're entertaining, you're gonna sear it up, you're gonna slice it, and then you can have multiple steak dishes out if you're having, let's say, a dinner party or a barbecue. And imagine just having different relishes and different sauces. It just makes, besides a conversation piece, it's a lot more enjoyable to eat. So I'm gonna heat this up. So in my bacon scallion relish, I rendered bacon over low heat to get all that nice fat out, okay? And I crisped it up. Yeah, so I crisped up the bacon, and I added in there a little bit of shallots and garlic, a little bit of Dijon mustard. With the Dijon mustard, it kind of deglazed the pan, and all that delicious bacon juice kind of releases from the pan, and that bacon flavor is fantastic. Added a little bit of vinegar as well. Finished it with a little extra virgin olive oil. At the very end, I tossed in some scallions, green onions in there. And now right before service, I'm gonna add fresh green onions as well, or scallions. So it's been a couple minutes already. Let's check. Oh yeah, that's a beautiful crust. Now before I flip it completely over, I like to sear up the fat cap side of the New York strip. Let that render off just a bit. Okay, let's get some of that oil here. Okay, so we're gonna let that side work. Okay. Oh, and in that bacon scallion relish, I did round it out with honey. So when you're making relishes, salsas, sauces, really everything, you got to make sure that you balance out what you're doing. So things can't just be all acid or all savory or all salty. We got to add something to balance it out. In this case, we added a touch of honey. So not only is it a really nice binder for it, but it really rounds out the vinegar. It heightens the flavor of the bacon. So bacon's salty and it's smoky. When you add honey, that's why people love candied bacon. It just, again, highlights that bacon. So when you have this relish that's high acid, salty, smoky, zesty, and you add that honey, it's maximum flavor. And that's what maximum flavor is. Activating all parts of the palate. Sweet, sour, salty, bitter, spicy, sending endorphins to your brain. I like to say that whatever dish we're creating that dish to create that bliss point. You know, that moment where you kind of roll your eyes back and you're like, that's so delicious. That's the bliss point. That's maximum flavor. And you can find that in all the dishes that we make in one way or another. Okay, so now we're going to sear up that other side. Perfect. A little more char there. Looking beautiful. At the end, I'm going to fold in these chopped up scallions here. Now, when you're sourcing any type of beef, it's important that you don't go below choice. So obviously you want to show off, you go prime or higher. When I say prime or higher, I mean prime, Wagyu, let me see, and so forth. But really, choice is already great, so long as you get Black Angus. Black Angus is the type of cattle, and you know that they're being raised sustainably and responsibly, and it's important that you know that they're not being fed on pesticides and things like that. So Black Angus choice is your base, and then we're going to go higher from there. And I like to work with thicker cuts. You don't necessarily have to, but I like working with thicker cuts. And when we're talking about New York strips, 1 inch is your base, 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches. And if you're feeling brave, go with a 2-inch cut. It's just going to take a little longer in the oven. Okay. All right. So we've got a little pan like this ready to work. So we're going to put our steak on there once we're ready. Let's see. Okay. Now, actually, let's use a new one. So when we're cooking steak at home, and this is important when we're thinking of like, why does my steak not cook like a restaurant steak? Well, there's little convection heat or allowing heat to evenly like encompass your cut, right? So when you can buy a little sheet pan or a large one, it's all the same thing, with a rack. These racks sold separately. Sometimes they're sold as a set on Amazon. But you can get big pans like this with a big rack on them, or little pans like this one. Okay. And your steak, here we go. This camera, food camera, here we go. Your steak will now sit up here after it's been seared. It's gonna sit on this sheet pan with the rack, and it's gonna go into the oven to cook until your desired temperature. I think for a New York strip, perfect temperature is medium. You know, medium rare is also great, but this tougher cut, this leaner cut, works really well at medium, because medium rare, sometimes you don't let that fat render and the tendons that are on the inside really break down. So medium, optimal in my opinion. But cooking it in a sheet pan with a little tray that kind of elevates it a bit, allows for that distribution of heat while it's cooking. So it's gonna go in the oven, minimum 450 all the way to 550. All ovens work a little bit different, and elevation has to do with it. So minimal 450 degrees Fahrenheit, and let's go all the way up to 550. I don't think home ovens go higher than 550. So that's actually gonna go in the oven for approximately 7 to 10 minutes, okay, for a medium. All right, so our relish is looking good. So we're gonna scrape it like this. And I'm gonna get one of these things. I'm gonna add the fresh scallions to this. Now, what I love about these types of recipes is that you can really doll up the steaks, right, with these relishes or sauces or accompaniments. And let's say that you're having a barbecue, you're having a grill up. Christopher, I have a golden retriever that if you were on last week's stream, you know I have a golden retriever named Christopher who's he's a foodie. He gets excited when we're on here. So, like, as I was saying, when you're grilling, what's wonderful is that you can do these days in advance. Make your relishes, put them in a little, a storage container, put them in the fridge, and then you're gonna pop them out when you're ready to entertain. Again, leaving you more time for a good time. Vicky, for this next one, I think we're gonna do the, this is what they do, I don't know if we're gonna wait for the now we're gonna wash. Yeah, I think we're gonna wait for the New York strip to be ready. Give it a little more time for the tri-tip. So for a recipe like this, New York strip, it's really a nice salt and pepper crusted New York strip with a bacon and scallion relish. Another great cut, it doesn't have to be New York strip, another great cut that you can use for this could be skirt steak. Goes fantastic with this type of relish. Flank steak, fantastic with this type of relish. Even like a tomahawk would be fantastic with this type of relish. So, let's see. Oh. Here we go. It's funny because people say that when you go to a steakhouse, more times than not, you're always going to order the steak cut that you're comfortable with, the steak cut that you're used to always ordering. So if you're a New York strip guy, you're probably always going to go for a New York strip. But I like to, like on my menus, when I'm designing menus, use relishes and use sauces to try to lure people to try other cuts. For example, when I started out, I wasn't always into like eating steaks and I wasn't super into different cuts. So I started out in my like steak eating journey with a filet mignon, just because it's kind of the connotation behind filet is like, oh, it's like the best cut. And then gradually, it's kind of like wine. When you start off drinking wine, you don't want a big cab, right? So then I wanted a ribeye. And then after that, I'm like, all right, let's get into a New York strip because I wanted more of that beefy taste. Rule of thumb, the leaner, like let's say the more tender the cut filet, you don't have fat in the center of a filet at all. And fat equals flavor. So that's gonna be the least robust, the least beefy flavor that you're gonna find in a steak is gonna be in a filet. But that's the most tender cut. And as you get more and more fat into your cuts, you're gonna get a ton of more flavor. So ribeye, to me, I think ribeye has to be my favorite, period. Because you get you get the best of both worlds. You get that beefy flavor, you get the tenderness. It's not too fatty. And if you know that ribeye cap. So that ribeye cap is basically the pork belly of beef, okay? There's nothing juicier, softer, and more flavorful than a ribeye cap. There's some steakhouses that actually sell ribeye cap alone, but there's not that many. When you're breaking down, let's say, an entire carcass, you don't have a lot of ribeye cap. So a ribeye cap steak will run you $200 or more. It's crazy. Let's check on. All right, I got a question. Hey chat, what are some of your biggest kitchen pet peeves? Some of my biggest kitchen pet peeves. Oof, that's a great one. One of them is finding myself in a new kitchen and not knowing where things are. When I'm cooking at my restaurant, I'm used to where things are and where bowls are and where multiple utensils are. So if I'm cooking somewhere new, a new kitchen in a hotel or something like that for an event, and I don't know where things are, I'm like a fish out of water, and it takes me 3 times as long to do something that I would normally do like that. So I guess not knowing where things are is a big kitchen pet peeve. So Vicky, did we decide what plate we're gonna do the New York strip on? The board? Okay. Okay. Oh, I like it. I like it. Huh? A New York strip's about 10 inches. I think I want a little more of that green onion. So green onion, interchangeable with chives. I like using green onion if I'm cooking at home, or it's not like It's not in service, and when I mean service, I mean like at a restaurant, that you're gonna get the dish for sure, like, okay, it's off the grill, it's sauced, and it's within the minute, it's gonna be over at the table. Scallions are a bit tougher. They have a little bit more of, you have more time. So if you're hanging out at home, or you're putting things together like this, or you're entertaining, the lifeline of your scallion is a little bit longer, so it's going to stay nice and green and a little bit crunchy, longer than a chive would, but the exact same flavor profile. All right, our steak is looking awesome. Okay. So now this steak is going to rest for a few minutes. So resting your meat is very important. So what it does is allow all those juices that are like trying to come out to kind of settle down and kind of come right back to the center. So when you slice your steak, you're going to get a juicy, fabulous, meaty, just very delicious slice, right? If I cut into this right now, all that's gonna happen is all the juices are gonna like come out completely, and you're gonna get an ashy, grainy, dry piece of steak that nobody wants, right? Okay. So while we let this rest, I'm gonna let this rest in the back. We're gonna talk about our second side dish. Garlicky mushrooms, okay? Mushrooms. Now, this is for our next dish, but I love, love, love a great mushroom on a steak. But what makes great mushrooms,
So we got a question. The question is, what's your favorite type of meat?
My favorite type of meat, this is, you guys are laughing. You guys are trolls. My favorite kind of meat. My favorite kind of meat is. Oh gosh, my favorite kind of meat is a ribeye, and if we want to get more and more specific, it's ribeye cat. Okay. All right. So. Earlier today, I made these beautiful mushrooms that they're gonna go with, look, I'm tossing spoons. You guys asked me about the meat, and now I'm like all nervous and stuff. Okay, so garlicky, really delicious garlicky mushrooms work fantastic with a steak, like fantastic. So a lot of umami starts a flavor party. It starts to happen in your mouth, right? And you get like a little bit euphoric, and that's why people love mushrooms, but you can't really put your finger on it why you like mushrooms. People are like, yeah, I want a side of mushrooms, I want mushrooms on top of my steak. I love mushroom bisque. That's actually, mushroom bisque is one of our best sellers at Chef Adrian's. But why is that? And that's because mushrooms are loaded, like beyond loaded with umami, which is that fifth taste sense. You have sweet, sour, salty, bitter, spicy, but then you have umami. And that's found in Parmesan cheese, tomatoes, soy sauce, and truffle. These are things that are loaded with umami that make foods just taste out of bounds. And people yearn for that, and they can't put their finger on what it really is, but it's that otherness that makes things so, so craveable. And mushrooms, again, have the volume all the way up on umami. So what we did here is we cooked out all the water out of these mushrooms by sauteing them over medium heat in butter, unsalted butter. And once that all the water, the moisture came out of the mushrooms, we added in there tons of shallots and tons of garlic, fresh thyme, a little bit of flat leaf parsley, deglazed it with a little bit of white wine as well. And we cooked that down for, I would say, 10 to 12 minutes. And again, this is something that you can do days before your cookout or your dinner party, and just throw it, reheat it, reconstitute it when you're actually ready to serve. But if you think about it, the day that you're making it, or even if it's just family dinner or it's date night, You know, you're not filling up your counter, chopping mushrooms, chopping shallots, chopping garlic. You get that ready, and all you're doing is searing your sexy steak and slicing that up, you know, and serving these garlicky mushrooms that taste like you've been cooking all day, like you're this French chef, just like, you know, you're ratatouille back here with the mushrooms. Okay. Let's leave that heating up. And I'm going to put this to the side. We're going to use that later. All right, so our steak has rested. So when I'm cooking New York strip, I like to square it off. These rounded edges sometimes have excessive fat or sometimes have like the muscle in there. So I square it off, and now I'm going to slice into, I would say this is a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch slice. Okay, beautiful. Oh yeah, that smell. See, this is what makes you just want to pour yourself a nice blend. There we go, or a cab. Beautiful. Okay, so now I slide my knife right through to the bottom like this. Okay, let's dry this up. Now, don't get me wrong, those end pieces that I sliced off there, they're great. I mean, I like to chop those up and then I taste them because that's my gauge for like what's going on with the steak. Okay. Oh yeah. Now, some people trim off the fat on the sides, but if you're a real steak eater, you don't do that. You do not trim off that. Oh, that is a perfect temperature. Beautiful. All right. So now this bacon and scallion relish is going to go over the top. Now you're going to see what I've been talking about here with the fun textures and flavors. Like I said, like the relishes are the cool cousin of sauces. Okay. Here we go. So now as you have that fattiness from the side and you have the acid from the vinegar that's in here, the smokiness from the bacon, the zestiness from the green onion, spectacular. Just spectacular. Now, so if you're joining in now, today we've cooked quite a bit of steaks here. Oh, wait. We have here, well, we started off with a Denver steak. Wasn't it a Denver steak? Yeah, Denver steak. We did actually not just steaks. We did a Denver steak, but then we did New Zealand lamb chops with a beautiful goat cheese topping, panko for a little crunch, finished with a little balsamic glaze. And we have these hoisin glazed chili crunch baby back ribs. Hoisin is basically Chinese barbecue. It is lip gloss, okay, for any of these like roasted meats. Oh yeah, that's these right here. These are beautiful, okay. So the hoisin baby back ribs, the Denver steak, the lamb chops, and now we have this beautiful New York strip with a bacon scallion relish. I'm gonna find something to put this on the side because that is too good. Actually, well, here we go. Yeah, people are going to want more of that. So perfect. All right. Let's go. Oh boy. Let's make sure that we take that with actually a paper towel because the juiciness is too much. Here you go. Okay, now what I was saying is that this does not go to waste. I'm gonna try this little piece right here. Okay. Oh. Wow. Wait till you guys try that. The honey comes in at the end. It's fantastic.
That a way to rest?
Yeah, that's what I was trying. You gotta take it with the paper. Wow. Oh, that's good. So, when I'm coming up with recipes, I always say recipes, when they come to me, they're always something of my dreams. So, it's the steak of my dreams, it's the rib of my dreams, it's the lamb chop of my dreams, right? But then, like, I conjure it up in my head, and I've always said that I think God gave me a gift to be able to taste in my head before I don't have to put a dish together. These dishes, I actually made them for the first time today. So when they come out, the way that I envision it, because I know the measurements of how it, like, what amount of vinegar, what amount of honey, what amount of garlic I'm supposed to add. But when it actually comes to life in the way that I dreamed that it would be, I just think it's alchemy, it's kismet, it's magic, it's maximum flavor. So this dish right now is just like, wow, flavor fireworks were happening right now. You have that meatiness from the New York strip, beautiful cut of steak, and the way, just, it's still kind of lingering in my mouth. So the way that bacon plays with the robustness of the New York strip, and then the contrast with the acid and the savoriness from the green onion, and it kind of rounds it, the honey rounds it all out. Oh, fantastic. So, chat just asked, how long do you cook the steaks on each side? So 2 to 3 minutes is my rule of thumb for any steak. So you don't touch it for 2 to 3 minutes, but you kind of keep an eye on the edge. When you start to see that the edge of your steak is getting dark, that's your sign to check it, right? But you don't move it around. You don't move it, you don't poke it, you don't peek beforehand, because you really, really want to create that crust. That's important to create that crust. So, all right, this is gonna go in. And I'm gonna wash up here because our tri-tip is almost ready. That is beautiful. Now I'm gonna add a little olive oil actually to our mushrooms. Woo. I wonder if there's a correlation to the best steak I ever had when people say that to the actual cut. Like, I wonder if people, when they say that statement, do people often think about a New York strip? Do they think of a ribeye? Do they think of a porterhouse? Do they think of an expensive steakhouse, or do they think of something back home, a cookout? You know, I wonder. There we go. So while we're talking about steaks, let's see, 3 tips that for sure are going to ensure restaurant quality, like, and I don't just mean restaurant quality, top steakhouse quality steaks at home. Number 1, you're going to make sure that whatever cut it is, you're gonna let it rest for 30 minutes, no matter what, 30 minutes at ambient temperature before it touches any heat. So 30 minutes out at room temperature before you're gonna cook it. That's number one. Number two, you are going to create a generous salt and pepper crust. Salt and pepper crust, not just salt, not just pepper, not the finishing salt at the end. After it has sat for 30 minutes at room temperature, you are going to do a generous salt and pepper crust. Next, on high heat, I like to use a pan, a nice steel pan, but if you're grilling outside, it's the same thing, high heat. You are going to create that crust over high heat, okay? When people say, no, I like to cook my steak medium or medium low, hard no. No. What happens is you start to either simmer, boil, steam your steak. What you want is to hit it with high heat. The fat starts to render, okay? It creates that beautiful crust with the salt and pepper, and therefore you have that nice, irresistible crust over the top that's synonymous with high-end steakhouse steaks, okay? So number one, let it rest at room temperature. So there would actually be 4 tips, not just 3. There's actually 4. No gatekeeping here. So out at room temperature for 30 minutes. Number 2, you are going to give it a nice salt and pepper crust. And number 3, cook it on high heat. After you're done cooking to your desired temperature, whatever that is, you're gonna let it rest for a minimum of 15 minutes to make sure all your juices stay inside instead of like squirting all over the place. We don't want a squirter. Okay. Okay, it's tri-tip time. All right, this is our tri-tip. Beautiful, beautiful, nice char on that. Oof. Okay, tri-tip. Not a lot of people are familiar with tri-tip unless you're from California, because it's also known as a California cut, also known as a Santa Maria steak. Very tender, similar to a ribeye. Like, well, if a ribeye and a sirloin got together, you'd have a tri-tip. So marbling like a ribeye, the texture is more like a sirloin. Lots and lots of beefy flavor in here. So what we did here is we have a nice ancho chili crust. So ancho chili crust, now you can just salt and pepper this really, but I wanted to create another layer of flavor here, complexity on here, simply because since it's nice and thick, there's lots of fatty juiciness going on. So adding more flavor layers to this works really well. So I have here a mix of cumin, ancho chili powder, a little bit of brown sugar, salt, pepper, garlic, onion. We created like this beautiful seasoning blend, and you can adjust to how you like it. Lemon pepper works really well. Something that's a little bit more smoky, a mesquite seasoning can work really well with this as well. You can go herbaceous. You can do salt, pepper, oregano, like dried Italian seasoning as well, crushed red pepper flake. That would work really wonderful. And same thing, we're gonna let this rest for a couple of minutes here. And again, if you just joined us, we're here at my home working on my next cookbook, Maximum Flavor at Home. And today's chapter is so meaty. It's all about beef, really. Well, no, we did pork and we did lamb, but it's predominantly steaks. and we're doing these super flavorful cuts. Everyone's had a New York strip, or you know, now this is a really interesting cut, which is a tri-tip, but we're working with a Denver steak, we're working with skirt steak today, and here I have my garlicky mushrooms. In these mushrooms, we use 3 types of mushrooms. Baby bellas, we got oyster mushrooms in here as well, button mushrooms, and I even got an oyster mushroom in there as well. So a couple of different ones. They have different layers of flavor as well. Button mushrooms are the least amount of flavor. Those are white mushrooms. They're predominantly water. They're water-based. Baby bellas have more flavor. Oyster mushrooms have a little bit more flavor as well. So, and if you go into wild mushrooms, even more flavor. Okay. Butter, shallots, garlic, fresh thyme, little splash of soy sauce, a little splash of wine at the end. But when I say garlicky mushrooms, there's a ton of garlic in these, and they're just outstanding. I'm gonna try them. Wow. Oh yeah. Just wonderful. So much flavor in these mushrooms that you could really grill some bread, some ciabatta, a little bit of olive oil, and then put these mushrooms on the top. That's a great snack. And then elevate it a little bit more by maybe topping it with a little bit of crumbled goat cheese. Oh, fantastic. Maybe feta would work wonderfully as well. Okay, so we're gonna put our tri-tip on there. Now, that is, let me turn off that oven. So if you're not from California and you're not really familiar with a tri-tip, it comes from the bottom sirloin. So a lot of people are like, but where's the tri-tip? Bottom sirloin of the cow. Here we go. Usually you can buy it anywhere from 1.5 to 2.5 pounds. So when you buy just one tri-tip, you're gonna feed, 2 to 3 people minimum. All right, so what we're gonna do here is we're going to try to cut against the grain. So we're gonna find out where the grain is. So it's here. I'm gonna square off that piece. Okay, that is perfect. Okay. So we're going to do about 1/4 inch thick slices. That is beautiful. So those southwestern flavors of like cumin and ancho, they come through as the aroma of this of the beefiness comes through. Awesome, just awesome. So a lot of people enjoy slow roasting, barbecuing, tri-tip because it works really well smoking it as well. It lends itself to that. Okay. Here we go. So awesome. Here we go. Oh, I love when it creates that little crunch. That's the piece that everybody wants. Okay. This is for me on this side. It's my quality control. Okay. Wash my hands a second. Okay. Now, I'm going to use white, I think. Okay, so I'm going to take my entire tri-tip, like so. Try to get this all in one round. Yes. Okay. Paper towel to dry up all these juices. Okay. Come on, Bounty, where you at? So I like to fan it out just a bit so that your guests kind of know that it's not just one whole piece of meat. Now, we're gonna take our garlicky mushrooms and put our garlicky mushrooms over the top, like so. Now, oh yeah. I'm gonna put some on the side as well because people are not gonna get enough. These are for me. I'm gonna be able to get enough of those now. I want a little bit of herbaceousness on here, liven this up a bit. So I'm gonna chop up a little bit of fresh flat leaf parsley, and that's gonna go over the top. I'm going to finish it with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil as well. Actually, that is gorgeous, gorgeous. Oof. Now, when we say flat leaf parsley, it's not this parsley. This is curly parsley, and it is not the same thing. This is flat leaf parsley. What's the difference? One is used for garnish, one is actually used for flavor. So, flat leaf parsley, tons of flavor, used for cooking. Curly parsley, you could cook with it, nothing wrong with it, but it has a lot less flavor because it's a lot more water. So when you're cooking, flat leaf. When you're decorating, curly. If there is no flat leaf, you could use curly. There you go. On this one, the detail is going to be important because of the color. So it's going to be like,
Overhead though?
yeah, I think it's overhead or really flat on the side. Oh yeah, I was going to taste the mushroom. So I'm going to scrape this pan. There's so much flavor in this pan. Okay. Oh yeah. Wow. Just wow. There they go. All right. Oh, that is awesome. I didn't know we were going live with that too. Wow, that is beautiful. Okay, so while you guys shoot that, I'm going to be washing. It's okay. Huh? It's outstanding. Woo. Try a piece of that New York strip. That's New York strip with a bacon and scallion relish. Give Mom a piece. Here. Oh. Where did I put? Ah. Is Diana here yet? Oh. Huh? Okay, try it. Yeah. How is it? Huh? Yes, yes. Okay. Maybe not this. I've never washed so much in my life. My God. This is, wow, this is great. Okay. You don't want me to heat that up for you? Right. Skirt steak is the next one. The bacon and, yep, bacon, scallion relish. Doesn't it work so well with it? Okay, so here we have our skirt steak. This is inside skirt. We're gonna hit it with a little bit of kosher salt as well, and a generous amount of black pepper. Flip it around. Same thing. So this is a very beautiful cut of skirt steak. Oftentimes when we go, if we don't go to like an actual butcher for skirt steak, you're gonna get what I call fleeced. Because in a package, they're gonna sell you a very expensive cut of skirt, and when you go to open it, it's folded over 3 or 4 times, and when you open it up, it's paper thin, very hard to season, very hard to grill, very hard to get any type of real temperature on it. So go to your, if you want skirt steak, if you're craving that nice bite, that chewiness with all that robust beefy flavor, go to your butcher, it's worth it, and get a nice cut of skirt. 1/2 inch thick, it's worth it. Not the paper thin stuff that some grocery stores fleece people with. Okay. So I got a pan working back here. Again, neutral oil, season both sides, salt and pepper. It's gonna go into the pan. 2 to 3 minutes, let it get a crust. I'm gonna sear this up as well. Salt, pepper both sides. Perfect. Perfect. Beautiful. This skirt steak is going to go with a charred tomato relish. So beautiful. Huh?
We're getting our protein intake.
Oh yeah. This is really something. So I'm going to save this for later. My dude.
There's another question there that says, do you have any unpopular food opinions?
Unpopular food opinion. Oh boy.
There's somebody on Kick, his name is the Cool of Dude, and he says hi.
The Cool of Dude?
Yeah.
Hi, the Cool of Dude. Thanks for joining us. We're here cooking up some deliciousness for my upcoming cookbook, and it's just creating maximum flavor so that you just don't eat boring things. But these recipes are really designed so that you do a little bit of prep beforehand, super easy, so that you're not spending a whole day either cleaning or cooking, and you have more time for a good time. Okay, that's the crust we're talking about. That's beautiful. Okay, that one's got to work for a little bit.
That's some nice brisket.
Cool of Dude. Some nice brisket. Thank you. Yeah, tri-tip, it's kind of like brisket, but what we're working with here is actually skirt steak, also known as churrasco in South America, but It is skirt steak, very juicy, very tender. But I was saying before that sometimes when you go buy skirt steak at a grocery store, you can get, you kind of get ripped off because they fold it over when they package it 3 or 4 times. And when you get home, you're ready to grill or cook it up, you unfold it and it's paper thin. So I was saying if you're gonna have skirt steak, it's definitely worth it to go to your butcher, ask for that 1/2 inch to 1 inch cut. Okay, so this is going to go into the oven for just a few minutes. So when I say into the oven for a few minutes, I mean probably like 7 to 10 minutes or so. We'll check on it in just a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Oh, so meaty up in here. Oh. Would I rather cook steak for the rest of my life, or would I rather cook chicken for the rest of my life? I think I'd rather, I don't know, I can't answer that. Because some days I want chicken and some days I want beef, you know. I definitely think that chicken might have a little more versatility because the different parts of the chicken, like chicken wings, then you have chicken breast, but then you can make soup out of it, you know, confit style, ground chicken. I think that chicken is more of a blank canvas versus steak. Even though it's pretty much a blank canvas, but you're more constricted and the flavor is definitely a lot less delicate. So you might get tired of beef quicker than chicken. So by a small window, I guess I'd cook chicken. Let me see that picture. Yes. It's giving me like if I'm eating a tri-tip by the pool. Okay, gorgeous. Yeah, gorge. Okay, let's go. Now we got churrasco working. Then so this one I'm not going to heat up, but this is so beautiful. One of my favorite things to actually make, period. Yeah, there's my foodie golden. Okay. Christopher is like having a conniption. So these are the other half of the ribs. Okay. Did you guys didn't try the ribs? Let's see.
The cool dude says that dog wants the ribs.
He does. He smelled the. He did. He smelled the ribs come out of the oven. He's like, hey. Oh my God. Okay. I'm gonna to try this. Mm. 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 And this juice. Ooh, that just missed the entire. Huh. That what? Move the lamb chops? Oh, I didn't know they were in the frame. Ah. I was pouring the sauce over the ribs and it landed everywhere except the ribs. All right. Okay, so then. So this is turning into a stream of cleaning. It's about cleaning. Yeah.
Maximum cleaning.
Maximum cleaning. Yeah. Look at this. For real. Okay.
How many recipes you got left?
From here, I think this is our last one for the book. I believe this is the last one. And then we're gonna move on to tailgate lobster tails. Tailgate lobster, what? Everywhere I turn, there's a dirty pan. I sound like my mom. What are we doing? Left a good job in the city. Okay, now. No, we don't need this. Done. Coming in here. Which one's else? Did you try the? Yeah, I was saying, did you try the mushroom?
Yeah, that is usually.
I'll try
The only one's a little bit overcooked at the end.
Yeah,
In the
it's.
middle is kind of,
See the Denver. Did you try the Denver though? No.
I haven't had that opportunity yet.
That's what I used to say, Vicky. I used to be like, oh no, I don't do mushrooms. Which one?
Taste whatever.
The mushroom? You tried it? Okay, see? So you make it with the tons of garlic and onion. It's fantastic.
I could eat them by themselves.
That's what I do. I eat them by themselves. That's the problem. Like,
I like mushroom flavor, but like if you're asking me to get that in a dish, I'll probably say no.
me too. So I made mushrooms that I would actually eat. Thank you. Ah! See, no, I can't do that. No. Oh. Nope.
Well, you said, and now you do mushrooms.
I see where this cool dude is going, and now I do mushrooms. I don't do, get it? And now you do mushrooms. It's a play. I see you. Okay. Dad, can you go give this to Mom so she could try? Dad, Manny Calvo. He's not, when people have earbuds on. Okay. Wow. Just let him out. Let him out. So that. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm coming off set for a minute. Coming off set for a minute. No, go back and sit with him. Woo! Oh, I love it. Oh, yes. Look at that. Okay. The plate is this one? Okay. Okay, so I just popped out of the oven our skirt steak. It's resting. It's looking beautiful. In the book, Maximum Flavor at Home, we serve it with a charred tomato and onion relish. So it's so flavorful. In here we have charred tomatoes. The tomato skins get nice and caramelized, nice little char on top. Tomato skins are loaded with umami. That's why if you go to some ramen houses, they throw a tomato in there, a roasted tomato in your ramen, and you might be like, that doesn't seem like an ingredient that should go in ramen. But that's because, again, charred tomatoes, so much umami. It elevates everything else in the dish. everything else. So in here, the charred tomato is the star. We got some garlic, some red onion, cilantro, a touch of Dijon mustard as well, red wine vinegar, honey to round it out, and extra virgin olive oil. At the end here, I'm going to throw in a little bit of fresh flat leaf parsley, just a bit. And I think I have here a couple of cilantro leaves. That herbaceousness is going to really wake it up. And it goes very, very, very well with the charred tomato and the skirt steak. So give this a nice little chop. Oops. Here we go. And that goes right into the relish. And like every dish that we've done today, whether it was the Denver steak, whether it was the New York strip, the topping itself can be made days in advance. So again, leaving you more time for a good time. So I'm going to mix in that mixture of cilantro and parsley. Okay, and that's going to sit there on the side until we're ready to slice up our skirt steak. There we go. Okay. Okay, so our beautiful skirt steak goes on there. So when we get to slice this up, it's going to look really beautiful because you actually have some steak on here, not this really thin, you know, that it doesn't even give you room to actually bite into a slice of steak. So I went to my butcher and I asked for a 1/2 inch thick or to 3/4 of an inch thick slice of skirt steak. Now, there's two types of skirt steak if you really want to get granular with it. There's inside skirt and outside skirt. Both are skirt. Inside skirt is going to give you, it's a little bit more expensive, but it's a little bit more tender. Outside skirt still really great, and you can get a lot of outside skirts. If they have a nice fat cap on them, they're going to be pretty close to that inside skirt. So up to you if you want to pay the price tag, but skirt steak is just a really wonderful, really beefy. You're going to get that beefy, concentrated beefy flavor. A little bit more chewy than a ribeye, but some people really love that chewiness. Some people are steak eaters that want a really tender cut of beef. They don't want to chew a lot, but a lot of people, they think that having a really nice steak means you're chewing into something. They don't get that satisfaction unless you're biting into something robust and meaty. Okay. We're good. We're good to slice up here now. So, this is the plate? Okay. We have some questions? Okay, go.
So, first, you're going to be choosing which would you rather? You have to choose.
Which would I rather?
Yes. So, first one is burger versus tacos.
Burger versus tacos.
Think of your best burger, your best taco. You have to
Tacos.
choose one.
Tacos.
Tacos versus nachos.
Tacos versus nachos. It depends on the kind of taco that it is. And it depends on the nacho that it is. You have to be specific.
Skirt steak tacos and tomahawk nachos.
Ha! Let's go with nachos.
Nachos versus New York strip.
Nachos versus New York strip. That's not even in the same ballgame. Tacos are New York strip. Wait, no, nachos are New York strip, right? Nachos? So you're telling me I can have crunch, cheesiness, possibly beefiness, a topping as well, nachos. Nachos versus pizza. Now you're playing dirty. No, now you're just playing dirty. Nachos versus pizza. Who's gonna answer that? No. Okay. Are you talking about New York style pizza or Chicago pizza?
Whichever one you love best. Chicago.
Pizza. Pizza. You.
Pizza?
It's gonna be pizza.
All right. This is the last question. Pizza versus Taco Bell.
Pizza versus Taco Bell. Taco Bell. You.
Taco Bell wins every time.
Why am I the way that I am? Whew. Lord.
She keeps looking over here. It'll work.
Oh, yes. That's for Adri.
Can you tell people what we're doing here for those that are joining now?
Okay. So for those that are joining us, we are here on in my home kitchen shooting for my upcoming cookbook, Maximum Flavor at Home. So a bunch of maximum flavor recipes designed to really wow your palate, but not have you in the kitchen cooking or cleaning all day long. So maximum flavor, minimal BS, leaving you more time for a good time. So we have here our skirt steak, one of the recipes in our, like, I would like to call our meat chapter. So it's a beautiful skirt steak with a charred tomato and onion relish over the top. The tomato skins really play a big flavor in this dish. Here we go. So typically you'd have chimichurri plated with a skirt steak, or as they say in South America, churrasco, right? But here, there's kind of a riff on that, a play on that. I use the flavors of chimichurri. So you have garlic and you have parsley in here, and you have red wine vinegar as well. But we added that tomato, that charred tomato, to really give it that umami and level up the flavor, not just of the skirt steak, but the flavor of the actual like relish that has the chimichurri base. Beautiful. Okay. That is perfect. Okay. Add a little bit of. Oh yeah. Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous. All right, this one's ready to rock. And
Is that
you good? Okay. Let's try this. What are we panicking about? Huh? Oh yeah. Really? Your favorite was the one with the mushrooms? Okay. Okay. That is beautiful.
There's a hot take question.
Oh, hold on. 1 second. Okay, go ahead. Hot take. I'm ready for you. Well, that sounds like a cruise. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay.
Can long distance relationships work?
Can long distance relationships work? No. No.
Why?
Lo- Wait, hot take questions, you can't just ask me why though. It's yes or no.
Women should be able to be priests.
Women should be able to be priests. Yes.
Pretty privilege is real.
Which
Is pretty privilege real?
pretty privilege is real.
If you're a vegetarian, you shouldn't wear leather.
If if you're a vegetarian, you shouldn't wear leather. Fact, you should not wear leather if you're a vegetarian.
ASMR videos are not relaxing.
ASMR videos are not relaxing? No, I think they are. They're soothing. I don't know about relaxing, they're soothing.
Iced coffee is better than hot coffee.
Iced coffee is better than hot coffee. I land right in the middle of that because sometimes I want iced coffee and sometimes I want hot coffee, but I love them equally. Right in the middle, sorry.
It's okay to steal from big corporations.
It is not okay to steal from big corporations. It's not okay to steal, period.
I steal forks from Chipotle all the time.
Oh, you steal forks from Chipotle. Got it. Okay. Like when you steal extra napkins, ketchup packets. Got, I get it. Gosh.
Monday is the worst day of the week.
Monday is not the worst day of the week because it's like the spring of the week. It's like when everything's about to go into full bloom. So no, it's the beginning. those hot takes seem like they're too hot to, you know. So we have now graduated from the portion of cleaning in this stream to now where I'm going to stuff things into the trash and throw out the trash. Things that I would not do in a normal setting. Me, I'm going to take out the trash now. Okay. I think we finished the whole chapter. Let's double check. Let's double check. Do you imagine if we forgot one dish or something? Oh my God. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Short rib was our first one, right? Yes. Lamb chops, done. Ribs, done. New York strip, done. Tri-tip, done. Skirt steak, done. Denver, done. And the grill section, the meaty section, is done. So I owe you a chapter intro to chapter 4. That's a wrap. Okay. I'll be back soon, Mikey, because I'm going to be throwing out trash. Okay?
A bit before the opening said I took the bet. I know the rest is good, I guess. The cavern is a crowd around and I can scarce get by on second breath between the breaths. Now it's 1 a.m. and I don't know how I'll get home. The way is barely paved. I can't keep my eyes from closing in between each rest, but I'm not going to cave. I guess I made it. I said that I'll come along this time, but when I try, I get the feeling I someday will die, and I'm not going to care. I never sleep, I never eat, I never leave my house alone. Another evening in between what I believe and what I know and what I know. I'm sitting on the 501 moment's rest, a glacial pace, I won't lose faith. Maybe if I stay around the rest to prove myself, I still save face. Now we're on our way before I quit at 9:30. Can't get out of this, no, I've lost that little time. I guess I'll make it, yeah. I said that I'll come along this time, but when I try, I get the feeling I someday will die, and I'm not going to care. I never sleep, I never eat, I never leave my house alone. Another evening in between what I believe and what I know. I never sleep, I never eat, I never leave my house alone. Another evening in between what I believe and what I know and what I know. So I walked down the back before the second set settled my debt. I'll miss the rest, that's fine, I guess. The cavern is a crowd around and I could scarce get by on second it's barely paved. I can't keep my eyes from closing, so I'll hit replay. I've been thinking that I can't quite get enough time on the inside of the cycle that you spin with gravity and dust. I've fallen in between the planets and the sun into the orbit that surrounds you. That orbit that surrounds you. That orbit that surrounds you. That orbit that surrounds you. Now space is filling up satellites that I can't seem to keep track of. I get the feeling I'm not quite made of the right stuff to float between the rings of cosmic metal love into the orbit that surrounds you. That 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 orbit that surrounds you. Don't you notice how I get quiet when there's no one else around? Me and you and awkward silence. Don't you dare look at me that way. I don't need reminders of how you don't feel the same. Oh, the burning pain. Listening to you harp on about some new soulmate. She's so perfect, blah, blah, blah. Oh, how I wish you'd wake up one day. Run to me, confess your love. At least just let me say that when I talk to you, won't you bed walks right through and shoots right out through my heart. And I sound like a loon, but don't you feel it to confess I loved you from the start? What's a girl to do? Lying on my bed staring into the blue. Unrequited, terrifying. Love is driving me up, it's insane. Have to get this off my chest. I'm telling you today that when I talk to you, won't you bed walks right through and shoots right out through my heart. And I sound like a loon, but don't you apart if there's not a heart to have. It falls apart, there's not a heart to beat there. It falls apart if there's not a heart to have. Each word a world all of its own. Each star rendered only in groans. The syntax skips semantic slips, and what we're left are growing cleft of language, lost tokens unknown. And then I guess we slipped right through and lost our meaning on the way. We ended up a tiny piece of every heart, of every part, of every store, of every grave. It falls apart, there's not a heart to beat there. It falls apart if there's not a heart to have. It falls apart, there's not a heart to beat there. It falls apart if there's not a heart to have. A tangled mess of knots, I confess, but the intent was there. I swear we set our sights on something that we thought was true. It falls apart, there's not a heart to beat there. And it falls apart if there's not a heart to have. It falls apart, there's not a heart to beat there. It falls apart if there's not a heart to have. If there's not a heart to have. It falls apart, there's not a heart to beat there. It falls apart if there's not a heart to have. It falls apart, there's not a heart to beat there. It falls apart, there's not a heart to have. Like a hand reaching for a handle, but to find that it was never there. Candidly, I can't handle knowing that it's all up in the air. I thought the world ended in March until I heard the doorbell ring. Can't keep from falling apart, but I'll glue back everything again. This can't be the end. This can't be the end. This can't be the end.
Yeah, this has to be a whole different setup. No.
Not ready?
have to clear all this. I have to get close enough to
Yeah.
do that.
That's right.
And it's all that is left to me. It seems like we're in the wrong, but so are they all. And it's all that is left to me. I write your living to stone and read it alone. And it's all that is left to me. Your love songs cover this home, but nobody knows. And it's all that is left to me. And in the temples to find, can tell her writing for fines, but then I know just what they'll say. You stood a mightier kind of calico baker pine, but then they started to decay. But I'm still here. Lost everything, but I know that it will fall. The crumbling walls, and it's all that is left to me. It seems like we're in the wrong, but so are they all. And it's all that is left to me. I write your living to stone and read it alone. And it's all that is left to me. Your love songs cover this home, but nobody knows. And it's all that is left to me. I know that it will fall, the crumbling walls, and it's all that is left to me. It seems like we're in the wrong, but so are they all. And it's all that is left to me. I write your name into stone and read it alone. And it's all that is left to me. Your love songs cover this home, but nobody knows. And it's all that is left to me. It's not the same when I'm with you. You open up, I fall right through. Came out a different shade of blue. It's not the same when I'm with you. But it's always a surprise when, oh, it's always a surprise when the tide comes in. When the tide comes in. But it's always a surprise when, oh, it's always a surprise when you call again. When you call again. glitz and glory, and all that was lost on the way. There was nothing to do and nowhere to run. There was nothing that I could say. Oh, the dust in my eyes enough to tell me what to do. And the bullet you left in my thigh, well, I'm giving it back to you. It wasn't always that easy, no, it wasn't always that slow. I just thought you'd like to know this time, I just thought you'd like to know. Then did you tell your mother what you did to me that day? Or when she asked you where you found success, did you simply turn away? I'm coming for you now, and I'm coming for her too. When you're in the ground, well, maybe I'll be done with you. It wasn't always that easy, no, it wasn't always that slow. And when the gun was cocked and when the bullet was set, well, there was nowhere left to go. It wasn't always that easy, no, it wasn't always that slow. I just thought you'd like to know this time, I just thought you'd like to know. A narrative waste of patches and light. We grew up in the suburbs and we cut all our size. Now just take a look at the Sugricklian eyes. On the friend the road, it bends a bit to the right. A couple more miles and I know we'll arrive. The rolling hills and valleys, well, they'll leave you alive. Now the people crowd our feet to halt the incline. A little bit more lest we waste our whole lives. We got here in the dark, we took the long way down, just to find out in somewhere inside this ancient town. And we talked about it all night. We thought we'd make it alive. And we talked about it all night. We thought we'd make it alive. We talked about it all night, just to throw the planet at the first light. And we thought we'd make it alive, or at least we'd give it an honest try. A narrative waste of patches and light. We grew up in the suburbs and we cut all our ties. Now just take a look at the Sugricklian eyes. You're on the friend the road, it bends a bit to the right. The stones are left here at the beginning of days, and each step that was taken wore a little away. That in of itself, well, it was something to say. A conversation that could last the end of the day. We got here in the dark, we took the long way down, just to find out in somewhere inside this ancient town. And we talked about it all night. We thought we'd make it alive. And we talked about it all night. We thought we'd make it alive. We talked about it all night, just to throw the planet at the first light. And we thought we'd make it alive, or at least we'd give it an honest try. And we talked about it all night. We thought we'd make it alive. And we talked about it all night. We thought we'd make it alive. We talked about it all night. We thought we'd make it alive. And we talked about it all night. We thought we'd make it alive. Well, I've been waiting for all these years just to see you come back home. But each step that you took towards her, well, you took each one alone. And every time you said, my God, how is it up there on that throne? Well, I've been waiting undefeated just to hear you say that I'm not needed. I said I was an honest man, you said it wasn't at all, but I wanted it. Well, I think you're just afraid of the fall. You won't be there at all, no, you won't be there. And oh, my God, I hope you're falling apart. My God, I hope you're falling if you won't. My God, I hope you're falling apart. It's gonna be the start of what you are. These days all I see is everything you're not. Between those melodies, it's all I've been thinking of. Since then, the lines you left behind you, they cover every bit of this home. And these days, it's all I've ever wanted, it's all I've ever wanted to know. What it is that keeps me from letting you go, I don't even know. What it is that keeps me from letting you go, I don't even know. What it is that keeps me from letting you go, it's not what I thought. I guess we got what we want. These days all I hear are words that I forgot. And of those memories I'd rather lose the lot. Since then the days are getting longer, but I keep getting lost in the snow. And these days it's all I've ever wanted, it's all I've ever wanted to know. What it is that keeps me from letting you go, I don't even know. What it is that keeps me from letting you go, I don't even know. What it is that keeps me from letting you go, it's not what I thought. I guess we get what we want. I guess we got 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 what we want. Pox upon this ground, I give it up just to burn it down. And if they die, you can blame it on me. I've been setting up gravestones in my hometown. I wish I had been born at sea, then you wouldn't care and you wouldn't know me. Ebb and flow, they just don't carry me home. It's only water and air as far as I can see. There was a time when you would let me know, because your words weren't taken by your indigo, and I could write it all down in a matter of lines to read back what we had from a previous time. My ancestral passage here was written down each year by year, but the map is too old, see they've forgotten the roads, and so we're living by the creases. wax upon this ground. I'd give it up just to burn it down. And if they die, you can blame it on me. I'd be setting up gravestones in my hometown. I wish I had been born at sea, then you wouldn't care and you wouldn't know me. Ebb and flow, they just won't carry me home. It's only water and air as far as I can see. And even when you lost your hair to shame and so much gone, I stood beside you then and there until the cut was done. And even when I lost myself in all of those tall trees, you took me down, you held me up, you patched my bloody knees. And when we were older, there were miles between. I conjured you an apparition to show you what we'd seen. The sun, the earth, the wind, the rain, and holding out for change. And all the snow you couldn't let go, you danced atop a train. I'll go wherever you go. 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 I'll go. I'll go wherever you go. I'll go wherever you go. I'll go wherever you go. I'll go wherever you. Madeline, who lost the earth, made it out by noon. The sun had shone the earth as well. Her eyes were to have moon. must make haste, but I don't know what's ahead. Oh, in my brain. I just need to take a minute and then try again to take out the cane. If I'm stuck, I'll call you with each stage I'll move through. Well, I know it's a little more. Each step alone brings us closer to that old throne. If I'm stuck, I'll call you with each stage I'll move through. Well, I know it's a little more. Each step alone brings us closer to that old throne. It's all you've ever known, a single state of mind. But you won't ever let it go. When you had the answer, and you were there alone, you left the door unopened when you knew that you would want more. Give it up, give it up, give it away. While you were barely aware, you let that day cut off so much, hardly remain. While you knew that there was still a way. This is your only plan. Oh, now this is your only. Now this is your only plan. Oh, now this is yours. And you're right. You force it to yield. You forge it to the lines. You let your callous be your shield, and everyone will say that it all was finished years ago, but you will stay, and you won't ever let it go. When you had the answer, and you were there alone, you left the door unopened when you knew that you would want more. Then again, you found the answer, and you were there alone. You left the door unopened when you knew that you would want more. When you had the answer, and you were there alone, you left the door unopened when you knew that you would want more. Then again, you found the answer, and you were there alone. You left the door unopened when you knew that you would want more. Well, I've been waiting for all these years just to see you come back home. But each step that you took towards her, well, you took each one alone. And every time you said, my God, how is it up there on that phone? Well, I've been waiting undefeated just to hear you say that I'm not needed. I said I was Well, here we are again. I've been here before, but I couldn't tell you when. Now every step I take is on the line, and each move right wipes out what was left behind. Well, here we are this time. It starts again, but I really don't know why. A misplaced step, a single slip or fall. Well, it's back to 1-1, I've lost it all. If I'm stuck, I'll call you. With each stage I'll move through. Well, I'll know just a little more. Each step alone brings us closer to that old throne. So now I'll set the pace. With such short time, yeah, I really must make haste. But I don't know what's ahead or what the ending will bring. Well, I just need to take a minute and then try again to take it the king. If I'm stuck, I'll call you. With each stage I'll move through. Well, I'll know just a little more. Each step alone brings us closer to that old throne. If I'm stuck, I'll call you. With each stage I'll move through. Well, I'll know just a little more. Each step alone brings us closer to that old throne. It's been a while, I've been out on my own. I get a little anxious when you call me on the phone. Somebody said that it fades away, but in the interim it was hard to see that way. It's been a while, I've been out on my own. I'm in denial about living life alone. I said I don't like change, but I'm not afraid. I can't keep it together every way. When every page is in disarray, I think we'll be okay. I said I don't like change, but I'm not afraid. I can't keep it together every way. When every page is in disarray, I think we'll be okay that way.
Aha! Cool. The cool dude. Well, okay. So we're gonna go right into this one. Remember, this is okay. Hey. All right, welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the stream. Right now, we wrapped up a few minutes ago. We wrapped up shooting for the cookbook, Maximum Flavor at Home, and now we're shooting some content for tailgating. We're going to be live in LA's KTLA on October 2nd, doing 5 Maximum Flavor style tailgate recipes. This is one of them. Last week we did tomahawk nachos. So tomahawk steak nachos, loaded, delicious, mouth-watering, over the top. And now we're doing buffalo lobster tails. So we're gonna get right to it. Here I have a couple of cold water lobster tails, which I've used kitchen scissors to run the scissor just like this all the way down the top. And I flipped it over and cut right down the bottom as well. I did this to both of them. Okay. And now what I'm gonna do is take the lobster meat out of the shell, like so. Okay. And what we're gonna do is put them flat here, side by side. Now I'm gonna save these lobster shells because if you roast them, this is the base for an amazing lobster bisque. So save them in a freezer bag, and then when you're ready to make lobster bisque, you pull them out, you roast them with a little bit of tomato paste, and it's perfect, it's delicious, and it's that irresistible aroma that's behind lobster bisque. Okay. 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 Okay, so now I'm going to run my knife down the center, like so. Okay, here we have. And I'm going to sprinkle it with a little bit of Cajun seasoning. You could use lemon pepper if you like. You could use just plain salt and pepper, but I really love Cajun seasoning for this because it gives it that, you know, another layer of maximum flavor. Okay. So now I'm going to move my cutting board over. And here we have fish fry. And that's exactly what it's called, fish fry. So this is like equal parts rice flour, cornstarch, regular flour that's been seasoned. They use this a lot in New Orleans, and I just love the way that they fry their seafood over there. So lobster tails go right into this mixture. Okay. This bothers me, so. And while we are breading these or dipping these in the fish fry, we have a pan of hot oil getting nice and hot there in the back. Okay. Now we want to make sure that we get into the crevices, so we press on here. Okay, we're going to do this for each piece. So if you can't get your hands on fish fry, which is readily available everywhere pretty much, but if not, again, you do equal parts baking powder, cornstarch, rice flour, and all-purpose flour. So a quarter, and a quarter. Then you can season that up however you like, and I use Cajun seasoning. Okay, so now that we've pressed this onto each piece, we're ready to go to our nice pot with a neutral oil. We're going to make sure that that gets hot, real nice and hot. About, I would say it's got to get to 350 to 375 degrees. If you want to test your oil, you get a little bit of your batter or your flour, and you throw it in there, and if it's bubbling, you're good to go. Okay. So that's still got a minute to go. So here we have our buffalo sauce working. You get your favorite hot sauce. Okay, I have a mixture of 2 different hot sauces here. Okay, and then we're going to throw a whole stick of unsalted butter in there. And that stick of unsalted butter is going to really create a velvety viscosity, and it's going to coat these buffalo lobster tails oh so lusciously. Okay, so we don't really want to get this to a boil. We just want it to get nice and a little bit of slow bubbles around the edge here. But we want that velvety texture from the butter to be incorporated into the hot sauce. Okay, we're going to set that aside. And now in goes, here we go. That is perfect. Let them get nice and crispy and delicious. Okay. Now they're gonna fry for about 2 to 3 minutes. Okay. That's the color that you want. Now, lobster cooks at about the same rate as shrimp, so 2 to 3 minutes is enough. Fun fact, cold water lobster tail versus warm water lobster tail, meaning you got some from the North Atlantic or like Florida lobster, spiny lobster, Caribbean lobster. What's softer? What's softer? North Atlantic is softer. What's sweeter? North Atlantic. Maine lobster and anywhere up, Canadian lobster, all of that. They're the sweetest, most tender lobster. They can almost be confused, almost, for crab. Chef fingers. Okay, let's roll. So we're going to put in our buffalo sauce in here. So it's funny because it wasn't until I was in culinary school that I learned that buffalo sauce was actually just your favorite hot sauce mounted with butter. So it's funny that's like a bar food is actually mounted, which is a classic French technique, mounted with butter. Oh, that smells wonderful. Okay, so you don't have to, but I want to do it just because for fun. I'm going to take a wooden skewer and I'm going to skewer from the bottom like this so that I can make them like fun for dipping and then also just fun for eating as well. So you've all had a buffalo wing, and this is the buffalo wing's rich cousin. Okay, one more. But if not, you could do like a chicken nugget, just dunk. Here we go. Okay, so now that we've made our lollipops, so we're going to dunk this. Oh, this just, yes. Okay, so we're going to do that for all of them. They're going to get this beautiful buffalo, buttery buffalo. Guys, this is too good. Wow. Oh. Wow. Okay, let's switch that over. Okay. Now, where do we go from here? Now, here I have some homemade ranch with some scallions on there. Yes, we make our own ranch because it's out of this world when you make it. Get your ranch seasoning, add a little equal parts sour cream, mayonnaise. So equal parts mayonnaise and sour cream with a dash of buttermilk. You're welcome. Which one do I pick? This one. Okay, I'm gonna dip. Okay, I'm dipping. Oh. This is too much. Too much. Huh?
We need to take a picture.
Oh, that's right.
And we need to do an opening hook and a closing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Move more this way.
Okay. So the hook, I think, something like this, or no? Yeah? Or, can I dip into this or no?
Yes.
Okay. Wow. Slap. Dude. Wow. That is excellent. This is actually excellent. They're going to love this in the studio. Wow.
Hold.
Do you want to approve of any of these pictures?
Mike says get rid of the garbage bag in the shot, please.
Oh, there's a garbage bag in the shop.
I don't see it.
Okay.
We need
Yeah, that one. Okay, there's a few in there. Uh-huh.
We need an opening hook.
Okay, I got you. You're not basic, and neither should your tailgate snacks be.
So we get that on this camera?
Ah,
We get that on this camera or the main?
Get it on the main. On that one, we're gonna pull the audio.
So I'm gonna stand in front of the camera, okay?
Yes.
Alright, so you're doing your,
that what I just said?
yep,
Okay.
Make sure you show the final product.
Okay.
what?
Tell me. Ready? Okay. I'm going.
1, 2, 3.
You're not basic, and neither should your tails. No. Okay, again. Ugh, tailspin. Okay.
1, 2, 3.
You're not basic, and neither should your tailgate snacks be. No.
That is showing in the background.
Ah, that's fine.
Move that down for a second.
This thing?
That selfie stick, just bring it all the way down.
All the way down. Okay.
1, 2,
Okay.
3.
You're not basic, and neither should your tailgate snacks be. You've all had buffalo wings, but have you tasted their? No. Here we go again. Sorry.
I still see that
Oh. Where should I put it then?
over this. Over
This way? Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Okay.
1, 2, 3.
You're not basic, and neither should your tailgate snacks be. You've all had buffalo wings, but have you met their rich cousin, the buffalo lobster tail? Okay. Wow. All right.
The outro is just her taking a bite. Think it's good?
Yeah, I think so. I just wanted to look at it real quick.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, wait, is the outro? I'm making these live on KTV.
You're not basic, and neither should
Yeah,
your
that's right.
tailgate snacks be. You've all had buffalo wings, but have you met their rich cousin, the buffalo lobster tail?
Yes. Perfect. Yep.
Okay, so that's then we'll. It's fine because we'll cut.
Yeah.
Making these on
I'm making
today.
these live on KTLA.
Uh-huh.
October 2nd.
Okay, so
Okay.
next take.
Okay. Now I'm going to swirl this, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just going to swirl my lobster tail here in this delicious buffalo sauce. Catch me making these live on KTLA. No, okay. Again, catch me making this live. Catch me making these live on KTLA October 2nd.
Again.
Okay. Catch me making these live. Okay. Catch me making these live on October 2nd on KTLA.
Again.
Catch me making these live on October.
1, 2, 3, go.
Catch me making these live on October 2nd on KTLA. Okay. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
Are you doing another tailgate one?
No, now it's wine.
Just one? And that's
Wine,
it?
and that's it.
All right. You're not going to New York?
No, they canceled it.
Okay. So we can come back Wednesday,
Aren't you guys leaving?
Thursday.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
So now we do wine.
Yes, so now I got to clear all this up.
Hold on, let me try that.
Eh. You like buffalo wings? If you don't, then you're not going to like this. This tastes exactly like a buffalo wing.
Let me be the judge of it.
There's no crunch in here.
What?
I got one piece of crunch on it.
Wait a minute.
If you don't like chicken wings, you're not going to like that.
I like chicken.
Oh, I said
Buffalo is my issue.
oh, but that's a pure buffalo punch.
It's like a rich cut. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
It's good though. It's fluffy. It's nice and not too thick. I think the ranch calms it down a bit.
That's the idea. You're like, careful.
You guys try to do this. You guys want a little napkin?
Yep, it's a bougie tailgate snack.
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
You buy some? I'll try it if you try this. After. You?
You know you make good food reactions? You do. I love buffalo, but I love buffalo too. So when he said he has a problem with buffalo, see how taste is so subjective? No, I love buffalo, like love, love, love.
I prefer a barbecue style to buffalo.
Like a bar. Me too. Me too. We're so on the same page. Me too. I could read through barbecue. Like, I don't know if that makes any sense, but like a cheap barbecue, I could smell a mile away.
The food says we got plenty of content. They're still in the street.
It's Matthew.
No? You guys on cake? Nobody's on cake.
The cool of dude.
Ask him what his name is.
Is his name Matthew?
I don't think it's Matthew.
The cool of dude is like the Duke of Earl. Get it?
But I was thinking at one point, like, is it the dude from the office? No.
Okay.
Ask him how you found the stream.
Hey, the cool of dude. Tell us how you found this stream. We're curious to know. Okay, so
So good. And 2 squares. So good.
for the,
Shot this, Mickey. Here you go.
It's all the same wines, right?
yeah. So the wines are, because now I have to go change my shirt for this. The,
That's not funny.
ooh, surprise wine. So we can move all this stuff that way because that doesn't show, right? Like,
Are we streaming during the wine?
last time we took it down.
Are we streaming the wine?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the main cam. We'll switch over to the B-roll footage on my phone and jump back and forth like that.
Okay.
This shows,
Huh?
this shows on the front camera.
Heard. This way. Okay.
Do you give the dog phones?
No, because as they're not trustworthy. Not Benjamin, but Christopher's not trustworthy. We don't know if he's going to go two hand and then, you know, stab. Catch.
Michael, this camera?
So I just want to know who Cool of Dude is because somebody who says plenty of content knows what's up. Is it Tony?
I doubt it.
Okay, so I'm gonna go change my shirt and bring out the wine glasses. Is that okay? if I didn't do the cleaning in between, this would be a mountain. We wouldn't be able to film with the mountain of crap behind me. Okay, I'm gonna leave my mic here. Heard?
I'm gonna pause. What other stick?
That one.
This guy?
Yeah, because I don't want to get close. Like, I just want to be at a good angle.
Okay.
But that one's all dirty or
How do I?
this side? That's why I like that one because it's not like this. No. I need
Oh.
this.
I'm crazy. Crazy. This chat is really hard to see. I have to come all the way over here just to read it.
This wine footage I'm filming vertical, right?
I'm telling you, I love Kick, bro. I love Kick. Gonna need both. Gonna need a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything.
But not, yes, B-roll is going to be vertical and horizontal, but her talking is only going to be vertical because you're getting the horizontal from there.
Well, yeah, and we crop it, so like it's gonna crop like
Okay.
right here to this X. She stands right here.
So I need
Crop
to
right
be,
here.
yeah, and I need to be like right here.
No, you're in the frame.
So here, by the sink. Like that.
I guess so. Tony, what?
Tony's watching. He's gonna call me a big bag.
Why? Because you eat everything? I think the mic has been much better.
You've been using the square one?
Square one. So, a little sad that the other ones aren't working. But it's okay. Gonna go with these now. And they have pretty good battery life. Like, this one has half battery left, and we've been streaming for what? Well, we started the stream late. We started at like 1. And it's now, what time is it? 4. So it's been a shorter stream. It's like 3 hours. We have been here since 10 in the morning though, so. Ooh, it's been a little long of a day.
Are you keeping these games here? The hot take questions?
Yeah, I think so. Who's outside? Oh. Plenty of content.
We should do like a spicy challenge like they do on the hot ones
Like on Hot Ones?
and then ask her questions. Or have her like
If
say
she,
hot sauces.
if she, we give her trivia. If she can't answer it right, I dunk her face in this buffalo sauce.
No, but we could definitely do trying hot sauces.
Trying hot sauces?
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Like scorching.
Mm. That would be fun. We gotta do more fun stuff. We have the clip earlier of her going the food showdown. The only thing I don't like about it is that she's talking this way. Like she's answering questions like this. Camera's over there. You hear me?
Yeah.
But we'll iron all that stuff out, like as we continue to do stuff. I feel like you should come like right there to ask her the questions. It's time for spicy questions. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then she, oh yeah, this is what I think about that. Probably. I like the idea of the talking points we gave her. Also, Vicky, you gotta make sure that when she's doing talking points, she can't be cleaning or like just over here, and you start asking her, because then she has to come. Like if she's right here and doing nothing, and she's just waiting, let's ask her questions. Hello, salted butter, sweet cream. Where'd you get this?
It's the butter. You get it?
Where did you get this?
Amazon.
Amazon?
Where you get
Do you
everything.
get all your shirts on Amazon?
And I love the color, the beige, the yellow with the blue.
This is a fire
Like
shirt.
butter. Okay, we need to get a thumbnail picture of you holding all the wine.
We do
Oh,
like
like a hug.
like a wine hug. Like a.
wine hug.
So
A wine hug. Okay.
we wanted to
That's what my mom used to give me when I was 9 years old. She'd drink a lot of wine and then give me a hug. It's a joke. I love you, Mom.
and you try the buffalo.
No.
Buffalo.
Try this rib.
It's so good.
Try that rib.
The rib.
Those are they're on the tougher,
The what?
tougher side, chewy.
Okay.
How does he know when he wants it?
He feels his presence.
Yeah, he feels his presence leave. Exactly. For real.
No, I'm telling you.
The dog is attached to you, man. These mics have been really good, but
As you were saying.
as I break them,
No.
you go see if I broke it.
No.
You like now?
Yeah, but you could go ahead. Go ahead.
I'll go wherever you go. Hear the dog real clear.
Yes.
We want to get you
Uncorking. Rock out with your cork out. I was waiting to see if you caught that one.
We need you to take your 76.
No, last time I was like, oh, keep on with those retakes. Oof.
Right in the frame, Michael.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Right in the middle.
So it's impossible for me to get here.
I was thinking, bro. You know what you can do? You can put the tripod on the floor right here. And have, huh? Too far?
And I need to get here. And then you go high.
Okay.
Do the boop, boop, boop.
All right, Vicky, just
There's
go.
only 2 with the cork.
All right, just
Wait,
go.
Is audio on?
I think so.
Make sure, because I'm going to get her uncorking and I want the sound.
All right, I'm just gonna go cork myself then.
Why are you uncorking each of them? Wait. You're gonna make a compilation of uncorking each of them?
Well, there's only 2 being cooked. Yeah.
For vertical, it's one video per. It's one wine per video. So you know.
Wait, Adrian. You're getting a call, Michael. Since it's like this.
Who is it?
I don't know.
Nice.
It's not saved.
Do not disturb, please.
Okay.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
This is like every server's nightmare in a serve out. Open a wine bottle in one swoosh. This is what servers have to do to make it onto the floor at the restaurant. So, are you for the old-fashioned uncorking? Do you like a good old-fashioned corking or uncorking? Or do you like the ones that just go bzzz?
See, I'm not a wine drinker yet,
Oh,
so I can't answer that.
okay, well. So important, you get the tip of your corkscrew and you angle it so that you're in the center, and then you lift so that you're straight. And once you're straight, you just start to bring in your screw as you apply gentle pressure all the way down. All the way down. And then you tilt it to one side and you see that there's actually 2 little edges, one here and one here. The one closest to the screw is your first step. So you tilt that down and that lands at the edge. You lift that up. Once you're fully up, now you go on your second one and out it goes. Did I get wine all over me? Okay, here we go. Then you take out your screw. You screw out your cork. And that's how you professionally uncork wine. I just gave you that for no reason, just in case. Okay.
With the top ones, I want you to go like this to check it off.
Let's see if that'll work. You've seen this before?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, but you have to don't act scared. 'Cause
I didn't think that was gonna work. Okay,
Alright,
hold on. Okay. No.
alright, next one.
That is cool. Okay. Wow.
So now,
Okay, so let's wait because I had all my notes on my wines from last time. So
the
You wrote the notes?
yeah.
Michael, the B-roll from the last videos.
You want me to tell you?
Do I take new ones, or are we using those?
She's wearing a different shirt. Maybe we gotta take notes.
Of what?
B-roll.
Like, you know how at the end we poured each wine to the glass?
Oh, we got to do all that. Yeah,
We do all
we
that
got to do all of it. Yeah.
after, or you want to do it now?
Well, we're gonna pour anyways,
Okay.
so let's just do. That way we don't do it twice, right? Because we'll pour, and then we'll set them off to the side, and then we'll talk about each wine, or no?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
So when you're talking about one wine, let's have all the other wines out of the frame.
Right.
Because they're going to be 4 separate videos.
Okay. So like for example, right now, I'll pour. Let's say pessimist. I'll remove all this. We'll pour pessimist, and then we'll talk about pessimist. Okay.
You think you've had wine? Not like this. a colorful bunch of words for my joke that I made.
Which are? Which joke?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no, and what was your joke?
You get him, Peggy.
We said we want to take a picture of you with the thumbnail.
Uh-huh.
Holding all four, like, oh, like a wine hug.
Oh my God.
Wine hug is what my mom used
Yes.
to do when I was 9 years old.
Oh my God.
And the text that I just got, I'm going to be in trouble later.
You know how fun it would be if we do the, like, this wine, the sippity sip and buzzity buzz with Peggy?
She should come on as our guest.
Yeah.
She's a wine connoisseur.
There you go.
Check the sound. Sounds good.
Okay.
Wait. Alright. Your frame is fine if you need to cut vertical from there. I'm not in it, right?
If you keep pointing at me like that, then
Okay, but right here, the phone is gonna, I'm gonna press.
yeah, I think you're good.
Alright. Okay.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to start off with Pessimist, a red blend that is, well, first of all, I love Pessimist because their tagline is a pessimist is never disappointed. And you're never going to be disappointed when you're trying this blend. It's a Rhone style blend. It's grown in it's grown in Paso Robles, okay, with Bordeaux style soil. So this is a very French style blend. And why people really drink blends is because it showcases more of the winemaker's creativity. They're not so restricted to the kind of wine they have to make with a specific varietal. So the winemaker really gets to go out there and kind of paint, so to speak, on a blank canvas when they create blends. This one is spicy. It's a little bit drier. It's not so fruit forward. So let's pour this in here so you see. It definitely pours like a French red. Okay. When you swirl it, like so, let me see. So when it creates that ring and then it drips slowly down the glass, that's how you determine the bricks in the wine or the sugar level in the wine. So as you see, the legs are dripping down pretty fast, so that means this blend is not high in sugars, probably not that jammy or that fruit forward. So we're going to look at it in the light, bring it to the light, and you see deep, deep purple, okay, not too much ruby red, and deep purple is suggestive of nice aging on there. What I smell first here is the oak. So if I had to guess, I'm going to taste pepper first. Yeah, definitely not fruit first. We have the oak. We have a little bit of black pepper. It's on the drier side. Medium finish. Doesn't linger for too long. Yeah, this is something that's really great with a braised meat, something very saucy, because that dryness really begets something rich and saucy. So if you're enjoying something that's rich and saucy, you want something that's drier and peppery and that kind of cuts through that richness. Pessimist is perfect for that. Cheers. Okay.
What would you rate out of 10?
Pessimist is,
Back
oh.
in the center, look at the floor, that's your center.
Okay. Pessimist, I would say, is about an 8.5, 8.5 out of 10 on the blends. And rated so high simply because I could see the complexity here. It's, again, the pepperiness and the dryness. It's not something that's a familiar tasting note to a blend. So, cheers. Okay. Is that in the frame? Yes, it is. I love this name, tension. Get it? Tension? All right, ready? Okay. Okay, next we have tension, a blend from the Central Coast. All right, so this blend is ruby red, okay? It's inspired by that perfect moment of picking the grapes and then getting out of the way and letting nature take its course. That ruby red is suggestive of jammy, fruity, you know. Here we go. We're going to swirl it. Definitely creates that ring. Okay, and it's a slow drip. So that means there's a decent amount of bricks in here, a decent amount of sugar in this wine. Oh, I smell black fruit, blackberries. Now, this one is a blend of fruit and white pepper. White pepper and black pepper, slightly different. Not a lingering finish at all. This is a perfect wine for pastas, for any red meat, really. So grilled steak, or think even grilled steak, a skirt steak, perfect because it'll cut through that fattiness. But here you think there's cherry in here, there's blackberry, slight oak. You don't taste that barrel here hardly at all. Medium bodied. Oh yeah, this is a good one. Tension. Cheers.
Your rating?
My rating. I give tension an 8.5 because personally, I mean, this is a great wine, but personally, when I'm drinking blends, I'm thinking more jammy. I want that full body fruit. I want that fruit coating my entire palate. So when I taste a blend that's on the pepperier side, or I can taste the oak, it leans towards more a traditional cab. So for me, if I'm going to drink a cab, I'm going to drink a cab. I don't want necessarily a blend that's masked as a cab or vice versa. So 8.5, still great wine though.
I'm gonna get a video of you sipping each of them after.
That's where we're going to get the sippity sip and the buzzity buzz.
I need it closer.
Okay. Okay, I'm standing here. And pause, pause, pause.
Think we're back? Okay, good. You know all the other B-roll we have to take?
I have to get B-roll for drinking each one.
Like this?
Okay. Am I good?
Yeah.
Okay. Next, we have Quilt. This is one of my favorites. This is made by the Wagner family. If you know the Wagner family, they make Caymus, right? So Caymus, one of the most beloved and famous brands of Napa Valley. And this blend, ruby red, I could tell by I just rolled it a couple times, and the legs on this, the bricks on this is crazy. So I already know that this is going to be jammy and fruit forward. Delicious. Oh, berry compote. So many berries in here. Slight oak, very slight oak, full bodied. It coats your entire palate. And when you're talking about blends, again, what's really great is you don't know if you're in here, you're getting Syrah, Zinfandel, Pinot Noir, Cabernet, but when you're having a specific varietal, you get what you get and you don't get upset. So this year's vintage, this is what it is. But the winemaker here, in this case, it's Joseph Wagner from the Wagner family, and he gets to play creative scientist, so to speak. So he gets to put a little bit of this and a little bit of that until he creates his magical mixture, which is this here, which quilt. Perfect for any great steak, braised meat, hearty pasta, grilled vegetables, any barbecue out there. Pairs wonderfully with your favorite burger. So this is a delicious wine, perfectly balanced, jammy, full-bodied, anything that you love on a blend. I give this a 9.0. Okay, next. Oh. Where's the conundrum? The eagle has landed. Okay. Okay. So here we have Conundrum, also made by the Wagner family of Camus. Okay. So it pours ruby red, so you can already tell it's going to be fruity, jammy, berry forward. Okay. Okay. Definitely smell berry. I don't even smell oak here at all. It's all fruit. I almost smell curry, vanilla. Okay, we're going to swirl. Just that deep red, ruby red color. Lots of legs, lots of bricks on here. Let's give it a taste. A punch of berries, but not sweet. It's exactly what wine should be. When you drink this, you envision the stomping of the grapes the old-fashioned way when people used to step on them to crush the grapes. Conundrum, what's funny about the name is Conundrum is exactly that. They were the first wine in Napa Valley to not say what was in their blend. So you didn't know how much percentage of Cab or how much percentage of Pinot Noir. You didn't know what was in there. You just knew that it was delicious, and it sure is. Conundrum is the perfect wine to not just pair with food. This is a delicious blend to enjoy on any given day for any given reason. Cheers. This is a 9.0. Actually, nope. This is a 9.5. 9.5. Cheers.
I don't think you gave a rating on the last one.
I did. Yeah, yep.
You did?
Yep. Positive. It was my first 9. It just went in one swoop.
Okay. All right. Just need the B-roll, intro, outro, thumbnails. Done.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna take a video of you sipping this.
This.
I like the intro of you like flicking the for like those wines.
Uh huh.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
like that. I know. The flicking of the flick of the cap.
But those are in like showing.
Huh?
They're all showing.
Like they're all showing. You want to do it again with?
Single.
If you
Single.
want, there's only 2 with the
Yeah, there's only 2 like that.
Yeah. Let's do it again with this. The other one's like in between all that stuff.
Okay.
Okay, wait. I'll tell you what.
No. Okay, wait. It went so well before.
See if you like it. Just
Could have been more delicate. Yeah, but try to get right here, like almost,
closer.
yeah, closer.
So it looks like it's throwing at
Exactly. I like that though. You're not wrong with that. Here we go. Did you see, by any chance, the people with like, I think it was solar power or something reaching out? Is that any good?
I gotta hit them up.
Okay.
Them
Got it. All
because
right.
it's commission.
Ah. Okay. I missed it. Yeah, you can still get closer, and because I'm like this, you can get lower too if you want. But yeah, it doesn't let you get lower. I get you. There we go. Okay.
1, 2, 3. Wait.
That was not
Do
good.
record.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
No.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Oh my God. All right. Ow.
Okay. Now the next one that does that. Actually, let me get you sipping that with that bottle in front of you.
Okay.
Just turn the bottle more like facing the camera. Yeah. 1 second. Okay. Now 1, 2, 3. Okay. Next
What?
one. Next bottle.
This way.
1, 2, 3. Okay. Wait, I need you to flick it. Or is that one just full?
Yeah. Oh, there it is. I found it.
You could switch to overhead cam.
Yeah.
Okay.
1, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Alright.
We did this one already?
Yes, we
Okay.
did.
That's right. We're moving this way.
Now the ones without a screw cap,
We're just drinking it.
we're just drinking. I have her uncorking it, but it's with the other frame.
Let's go like show it to the.
Okay.
Show
Okay.
It to
So like,
Okay.
you're gonna go like that when I
Yeah.
say 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Nice.
Okay.
Okay. Now take a sip.
Ooh.
You don't like that one?
So when you're having the good, the jammy ones that I do like, and you go to that, it's like if you put like just white pepper on your tongue, like you dry. Oh, actually, if you got a paper towel and went,
Okay. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna make you taste that one again because you didn't put it fully down. So when Eric cuts it, it's gonna be abrupt.
Got
You're
it.
walking away before you put it down.
got it. Heard.
This one again, yeah.
Okay.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Oh.
1, 2, 3. Perfect.
Okay.
Now, all 4 bottles, I need a vertical picture for the thumbnail of the actual long format
Okay. So.
of you holding all of them.
Now, it's gonna be just one for each, for vertical, one of each, like for holding one or whatever thumbnail. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I have to take a picture for those.
You,
Like, the vertical format, sorry, it's like a lot, but I have it in my head. The vertical format ones are going to be a picture of her with the bottom of the glass.
yeah,
But then this one's all for holding for the
yeah, it's
horizontal.
horizontal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to get now.
Okay, okay.
Here are the caps for those. So you're going to hug them and grab them up. I need you to go
Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay.
see if you like them.
Probably not, because I'm hunched over like a psycho. Quasimodo hugs wine.
Put like two in each arm like this.
Actually, I like it.
It's cute.
No, I like it.
It looks like
Never mind, I
a
like
baby.
it. Looks like a baby. This is how I would treat the wine. So it's in proper form. Me in proper form. Oh, look, so Peggy hugging you 9 and me hugging Aspen now. Perfect. Okay.
So you like that picture?
Yeah, I did. I actually did because it was,
Okay, you sure?
I'm positive.
All right.
Yeah, that was funny. Okay.
See all 4, right? Yeah. All right, now.
I mean, I just need you to adjust lighting.
Yeah.
Okay,
we'll do all
yeah.
that. I need now a vertical picture of each individual wine with you and a glass. So doesn't really matter what glass. It's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
same glass the whole time. It's just for the
And
thumbnail.
then we need a horizontal view.
Or she's shooting at this instead. For the picture. The
However she
thumbnail.
wants. However.
Okay.
What's a more enticing thumbnail?
Enticing thumbnail.
Like the bottle like this or?
I don't know.
Actually,
Like
yes.
that's a pretty
Yeah.
Okay,
enticing thumbnail.
there we go.
On that.
Yes,
It's
that one.
perfect.
That's the one.
Okay, now we need to do something different with each of
Okay.
these.
Do you see? That's why Adrian can't be doing the sippity sip and the buzzity buzz thing, because, okay. Okay. No, I don't know. What do you do with this?
You drink it.
Yeah, but like, okay, okay.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Wait, no, I didn't get it.
Oh,
I have to focus on the bottle, so hold still as best as you can. 1, 2, 3. Got it.
okay.
It didn't. Again, I'm sorry. It's not focused on the wine.
Gotcha. Um,
You should balance one on your head.
The pessimist.
yes. Let me see. That's funny. Wait,
Do you
let's,
like any of those?
no, let's do it again, but we'll do it again. That one. Okay,
Yeah,
let's-
one more.
one more, just in case.
Got it. Not me doing the faces with her.
Yeah, I know you were. Okay.
Intro, outro.
Wait. Those were vertical. Okay, I get
Yeah, okay.
We need intro, outro. Intro,
Wow,
outro,
were you
and then
drinking the wine?
Intro,
Okay.
It's
outro.
the vertical horizontal thing that's got.
Yeah, I got you. Okay. Hey, intro, outro. Okay.
I don't need to do that with this, right? Correct.
And the intro and outro is in that camera?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I got it. No worries.
So,
Sorry about that. My phone's on fire. Intro.
okay.
All this wine just for me.
Okay, so I'm going to stick to the, you don't need a Napa budget to drink like a Napa Queen. Here are 4 blends under 40 bucks.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Is this like live?
Yeah, still live.
Oh, okay. I'm going? I can do it now?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Wait, move you see how we're like getting, yeah.
All right, here we go. You don't need a Napa budget to drink like a Napa Queen. Here are 4. Hi. Okay. You don't need a Napa budget to drink like a Napa Queen. Here are 4 awesome blends, all under 40 bucks. And what's great is that they're all over 90 points on Wine Spectator. So delicious and so affordable.
We have to do individual. No?
Hmm?
We have to do individual.
I feel like we do. Yeah.
Vertical.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like we do.
Or are we gonna do like drink whatever Napa Queen part 1 and part 2 and part 3 and part 4?
Because all you have to do is go into it, like say, here we have, because every single one I started with, here we have, here we have.
And next we have.
Or drink
Yeah.
like a Napa Queen part 1 and show
Okay.
one bottle.
Okay,
Drinking like
here we go. Let's start again.
4. Okay. Act 1, 2.
Okay,
Yeah, kill one.
okay,
One in the frame.
Yeah. Drink. And then say the name of it.
okay,
So that's what?
okay.
Tension.
Tension,
Drinking
okay.
like a Napa Queen
Part 1,
with
tension, okay. And then we stop it there, right?
1, 2.
Wait, let's try to get the hook down.
But 1, 2,
Wait.
3.
Try to get the hook down. What's the hook?
Drinking like a Napa Queen without a Napa budget. You don't need a Napa budget to drink like a Napa Queen.
So for all of them the same?
But part
Yeah.
1, we have to say part 1.
Yeah, if you're,
Do that in their videos, in their little post consecutive
Yeah.
videos, so you know there's more coming.
Okay.
Or you don't agree.
No.
I don't know that it needs to be that long though, since it's gonna be a reel. It could be like drink like a Napa Queen, part 1,
yeah,
something.
okay.
What was the first part of it? Drink like a Napa Queen.
You don't need a Napa budget to drink like a Napa Queen. So, drink like a Napa Queen part 1 with tension. Drink like a Napa Queen part 2 with conundrum. Okay? Okay. Ready?
1, 2, 3.
Drink like a Napa Queen part 1 with tension. Drink like a Napa Queen part 2 with conundrum. Drink like a Napa Queen part 3 with quilt. Drink like a Napa Queen part 4 with the pessimist.
Our internet cut out right for that.
What?
Our internet cut out.
Internet?
We're back.
Well, how do we know what we got and what we didn't?
Well, I know what it went out. We got all that.
Okay, so we don't need the other thing.
I'm sad we didn't get the juggling.
Juggle your wine. Okay.
B-roll horizontal.
We should get fake wine bottles.
B-roll horizontal.
What's B-roll?
Like the video wines, whatever. Video of
Let me see
her
your
pouring in the glasses.
I need you to just take it.
my other shirt that I got now that it just arrived today, and I'm so sad that it didn't make it for the shoot. But it's, you know what dash hounds are? Like the hot dog, the wiener dog. So, you know how when you're daydreaming, they put something in like a cloud? So if you imagine it's a shirt with the, you know, the hot dog in a cloud, and it's all over, and it says, gets distracted by small wieners.
Yeah, so we need to do this again,
Which one?
horizontal. This. These, because you're wearing a different shirt.
So we're pouring wine
Yep.
horizontally.
Correct.
Heard.
You don't have other wine glasses that you don't have to.
Nope, not of those exact ones. So let's rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. You said it's good or bad? Oh. Squeeze. So that one's not talking or anything, it's just pouring? Got it. Oh my God. Oh my God. I see what you're doing, Vicky. You're a class? Oh. Ah. What gym? Uh-huh. Okay.
and it's like hit workouts.
Oh, how do you feel?
Great.
Because usually hit
It
work.
was hard at first, like really hard for me because
Yeah.
I've never done anything like that, and I had never consistently started going to the gym. But I'm 3 months in now, and I like it.
Because
It's still challenging because every class is different.
but hit workouts usually oxygenate your blood enough that you actually feel good.
We'll still party?
Oh yeah,
Alright.
Yeah, almost done.
almost done.
What's that?
With my parents.
All day. I mean, every day is different. So Mondays are like leg focused, Tuesdays are upper body, Wednesdays are glute focused, and then
Oh.
Thursdays are hip. I haven't been on a Friday because they close early on
Oh.
Fridays.
Hello. Hello. Ma'am. Yes. So they only, no, so, okay, so can you put that in, text it to me, because I'm still on the live? And then we'll switch it so that we'll make sure. But, okay.
Ready?
Oh, wait, so it's one at a time, right?
Yes. Horizontal, one at a time, and you and before you upload, I have to sort through the videos because there's a lot that are not the ones.
Okay.
Are we?
Can you switch to overhead cam?
Switching to overhead.
Thank you. I'm trying to get bell shots.
Mhm. Okay, tell me when.
So this is not your face, it's just
Okay, so,
before. 1 second. 1, 2, 3. When you're done, just place it back down. Next. Okay. Nope.
huh?
Nope. You have to place it back down.
Oh, that's right.
So just prop it up again, yeah, and then put it back.
Okay, hold on.
Alright, next.
Okay,
Just the bottle by itself, no glass near it. Just make sure you get like just B-roll of it. You get me? You don't have to move or anything. Just record the bottle for like a second or two.
Okay.
You want to do that vertical too? It's more-
okay, so no more mic, right?
Yeah, we can.
You wanna say bye to the stream?
Okay. Yes. Bye, stream. See you next week. Or no, next time. Maybe we'll see you Wednesday. Okay. He says we're coming, producer says we're coming back Wednesday, so I'll see you Wednesday.